Viewers, the Election Commission will be announcing assembly poll dates today, and all eyes will be on the EC press conference, which will be held at around 3 o'clock. What we're getting to know is that poll dates for Haryana, for Jammu and Kashmir are expected to be out today. It has to be noted that this briefing comes after the Election Commission of India's two-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir to examine the poll preparedness. The delegation, led by Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, met with various political parties who demanded immediate elections. Now, the ECI also visited Haryana, and that happened on the 13th of August to check the poll preparedness. Apart from Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir, assembly polls are also due in the states of Jharkhand and Maharashtra, and we also have some breaking news that's now coming in. Ahead of scheduled polls in Jammu and Kashmir, there is a massive reshuffle in the Jammu and Kashmir police and civil administration. The latest that we are getting to know is that 200 IPS, IAS and Jammu and Kashmir police cadre officials have been transferred. We have Yavar who's joining us live. Yavar, get us the latest.
Well, exactly ahead of the expected schedule of the elections in the Union Territory, there has been a massive reshuffle in the J&K administration as well as to the police department. Many of the IPS, IAS, KS, KPS officers have been transferred from their locations and relocated to other districts. Major reshuffles have been done to the SSPs of all the districts of the Jammu and Kashmir, along with the DIGs have been transferred. The KS officers, the KPS, IPS, the DCs of the many districts have been transferred, and this has been the scene all across. Over 89 IPS, IAS and KS officers, they have been transferred, and after that the SSPs were transferred and many of other police officials have been transferred. Okay. Now the move is the significant in the time when today the ECI is expected to announce the poll dates in the Union Territory. Now all the eyes are on the ECI's today's press conference, because the ECI, they held a extensive deliberation in the Union Territory when their two-day visit was commencing, and the more is significant when the Union Home Secretary, former Union Home Secretary Ajay Balla, briefed the ECI about the first-hand security situation in the Union Territory before the ECI is going to announce the polls. So all the eyes are on expected moves today.
Stay with us and also give context to our viewers as we tell them about the deliberations that took place by the ECI. What happened in those meetings? Who attended them? Who boycotted them? Because there was a lot of politics that played out when the ECI, in fact, hit the ground running. Take our viewers through what happened during those deliberations.
Well, exactly. Let's go step by step. When the two-day visit was commenced, no, head of any regional party from the Farooq Abdullah's National Conference, his son Omar Abdullah, or the PDP's Mehbooba, they haven't met the ECI. Rather, they sent their representative, they sent their spokesperson, they sent their general secretary to meet the ECI with a simultaneous demand of holding the assembly elections in the Union Territory at the earliest possible time. Because the last election, which was held in the Union Territory, was in the 2014. And it's been a decade since the long
Yavar, I would like to interject you for just a moment because we have Dr. S.P. Vaid joining us. Dr. Vaid, good morning and thank you for joining Times Now. You're someone who knows the politics of Jammu and Kashmir well, the security apparatus in Jammu and Kashmir, someone who's always been in the thick of things. Now, as the ECI gets ready to announce poll dates, how do you look at the fact that the state is going to gear up for assembly elections after 2014?
I think it will be a welcome move if elections are announced today. And, this is what Pakistan and its cronies don't want here. They are rattled with the kind of response we have seen in the parliament election, more than 50% polling, and that has rattled Pakistan. So that's why you see the spurt in incidents in Jammu region. They basically want to create the atmosphere of fear in the minds of voters. In fact, realizing that Kashmir game plan they have lost after abrogation of Article 370, situation had improved. That's why even Kashmir Valley, you are seeing a spurt in infiltration bids, whether it is Keren sector, Machel sector, and also terror incidents in Doda, Kathua, Jammu, Rajouri, Poonch. That's why I think it is necessary that we must go ahead. We had conducted elections, assembly election in the year 2002 and also in 96,
right,
when situation was much worse.
Yes.
And I think if sufficient troops are provided to J&K police and J&K administration,
absolutely,
we should be able to get through these
absolutely. And Dr. Ved, there can be no denying the fact that there has been a change on the ground after the abrogation of Article 370. Now,
Yes,
when it comes to the assembly elections, as the former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, what are the challenges that you foresee, or what is that message that you would like to give out to the Awam of Jammu and Kashmir?
My message to the Awam is the way you came out in large numbers and in long queues during the parliament election, early morning lining by old and women. I think that should be repeated, rather even with more enthusiasm with local issues in the assembly elections. People must come in large numbers and defeat Pakistan's attempts to scuttle elections.
Absolutely.
Number two, my security men, my worry is the mountain warfare trained and American M4 equipped these terrorists,
right,
who are operating in Jammu region. The sufficient troops should be deployed and they should be cut off in the hilly areas, and protected residential area must be protected where actually polling will take place.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ved, for joining us. Your message to the voters of Jammu and Kashmir obviously will be welcomed, and also the challenges that you foresee for the security apparatus. Thank you once again for joining us. Let's go back to Yawar. Yawar, we were talking about what happened when the ECI, delegation went to Jammu and Kashmir, when they held these deliberations, and you were telling us about how there were heads of parties who chose not to attend. Tell us more about the kind of preparations that people are talking about on the ground.
Well, exactly. Besides the political developments, there are the various factors that have been put in place. In fact, the security agencies, they have also said that they are ready for the polls. The Lieutenant Governor has also said that it's in the ball is in the ECI's court. He has to take the decision that what will be the feasible time to hold the elections in the Jammu and Kashmir. But rather, ECI has themselves said that the elections in the J&K is due, and all the regional parties, all the national parties, over 7 parties have met the ECI in the Srinagar. They have simultaneously, one voice said that there should be the elections on the mode at the earliest possible time, so that the people of the Jammu and Kashmir will get their local representative.
Right.
Because there's a long break all across. We haven't seen the elections herein.
Yes.
That has been the scene all across. Now the ECI has also concerned about the security scenario in the Union Territory, because the deteriorating security situation in the Jammu was somehow that was to be put in the cards. But yes, it's likely that there will be a positive message that will be sent. And the election commissions, all eyes on the election commissions, today's press conference, which are going to be scheduled at 3 p.m. So what will be the announcement from the ECI is the thing that has been put in place after all the considerations and deliberations that they have done with the security agencies.
Absolutely.
With the intel agencies,
and finally, Yawar, finally, in a democracy, it is the voters' power that reigns supreme, and all eyes, like you said, will be on the EC press conference. Thank you, Yawar, for joining us. Time now for us to take a short commercial break. But viewers, stay with us. We'll be back with big breaking news when it comes to the roadmap for UCC.